wonder, are you not tired of suffering? Now listen carefully. This soap, NAFDAC approved, NAFDAC number. Is this soap?
It is NAFDAC approved, NAFDAC approved. See the press statement that NAFDAC released, or NAFDAC released, that your miracle nonsense products, none of it is NAFDAC approved. Liar, liar, man, fire, 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 liar. You ungodly men, you are pathological liars.
The protesters defied the heavy downpour to come to the office of the regulating agency to register their displeasure on what they termed unnecessary attacks on the clergymen who they say have done nothing wrong. The inscriptions on their placards clearly send the message to NAFDAC demanding a stop to the agency's position on the matter.
What affects one affects all. So that tomorrow I won't be in my church probably administering communion or using water during programs or using oil, and we hear that NAFDAC has swooped on us. NAFDAC, you will respect the spiritual side of our society.
What is happening, it looks like victimization, because I know that there has not been any report that those who are making use of it have died. Otherwise, then the NAFDAC shouldn't have closed down the factory and everything that concerns his ministry.
These clergymen believe there is no reason for the agency to delve into the regulation of spiritual items.
I see what is happening to brother Jeremiah as a victimization. We use water in our houses, from a borehole, from a well. Do we obtain NAFDAC approval before we use them? You can see, this is pure victimization.
Spiritual water, if you have said it's spiritual water and is being used, is using it for his spiritual work, then it has nothing to do with it. It's not within the confines of NAFDAC regulation.
The NAFDAC's Director General, Professor Mojisola Adedeye, had said Christ Mercy Land Delivery Ministries, led by Prophet Jeremiah Fufeyin, is using the agency's name to deceive the unsuspecting public, saying none of the products, Miracle and Healing Water, River Jordan Water, among others, were registered with NAFDAC, advising the public to stop patronizing any of the miracle products.
You know, with the ongoing saga between Jeremiah Omoto and NAFDAC, it's so strange to see that some clergymen were out there protesting the closure of his water factory. And according to them, NAFDAC has no business with spiritual things. And the NAFDAC shouldn't be getting themselves involved with spiritual activities. It's strange, right? It's really strange. But that aside, I want you to watch this interview and listen to what this legal counsel to the man of God, Jeremiah Omoto, had to say. And you can see the disparity between what he said and what the other clergymen said. Okay, just listen carefully to what he said. Let's watch.
How do you respond precisely to NAFDAC's Director General statement that your client's ministry is misusing the agency's name to deceive the public, and that there are no NAFDAC certifications for the Miracle Water and Miracle Soap products?
First, I want to respond to the press release by the NAFDAC DG, Professor Mojisola that statement smacks of persecution, vindictiveness, and has no iota of doubt. Personally, on my honor, I was in NAFDAC office on the 5th of September 2024, and the officers and the subordinates of the Deputy Director of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate of the NAFDAC Asaba office officially communicated to me that the supposed, the viral, and the miracle soap ascribed and as referenced in the DG's press statement to the press is not a subject of investigation of any kind. They communicated to me and with the representative of the church that there is no empirical, there is no conventional investigation, and there is no scientific investigation ongoing as regards the miracle soap, that they have no evidence whatsoever. That, however, the water, they have obtained the water from a certain global table water, which has no relationship with the church in all fullness. The illustration is that a certain vendor who is not even a trustee, who the church contracted, has a relationship with a global table water, and it stops at that. The church do not produce water of any kind. That vendor actually takes this water and bring to the church as a spiritual product and a spiritual item that is protected by Section 38 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And when you look at Section 5,
Mr. Samuel,
yes,
the DG statement,
yes,
I believe you agree, is superior to the communication you're getting from the NAFDAC office. The question really is, why put a NAFDAC number on a product that is not NAFDAC certified?
The issue there is that the church do not produce the water. It is being done by a global table water. And
are you saying that the church is not concerned about the safety of the water it is selling to its members?
To some level, the church is satisfied because the global table water, they did in their communication with the church and to the vendors that they have a NAFDAC number. One thing I want people to understand is that there are several narratives to the statement issued by the DG of NAFDAC. Purportedly, there is a supposed complainant in the person of Very Dark Man. I think he's actually pressurizing and blackmailing the agency to actually indict the church. And we frown at that. The church is a law-abiding church. In the statement of the DG, he said the church is not cooperating with NAFDAC. That is a fallacy. That has no iota of that. I was physically present at the NAFDAC office on the 5th of September 2024 with the representative of the church, and the church took their statement of caution. Two of the church representatives, in breach of their fundamental human right and their presumption to innocence and to their right to dignity, they were detained by the NAFDAC office, right, where the NAFDAC office have no power whatsoever to detain any citizens of Nigeria. You can see the vindictiveness and the persecution by NAFDAC. And
Mr.
that is what we frown at that. Yes.
Sounds a lot like you're saying your client is ready to fully cooperate with NAFDAC's investigation. But
yes, we are cooperating with them. We are cooperating with NAFDAC, and we have made ourselves available. Yes. So for NAFDAC to say the church is not...
Can you confirm if there's a temporary halt in sales of these unverified products according to NAFDAC?
Yes, the church, the spiritual leader of the church, senior prophet Jeremiah Fufeyin, has actually said on several programs that the church do not sell any miracle soap. The church can pray for spiritual materials where members bring to the church, but the church do not sell the miracle soap. So I don't know where NAFDAC is getting their evidence of miracle soap from. I don't know. And they communicated to us in their office that the miracle soap is not a subject of investigation. Everything, all the evidence they have
just for some clarity, you're saying the church doesn't sell miracle soap. Does the church sell miracle water?
It's actually the vendors, not the church directly. The vendors alongside the company who produces the water, who actually sell it. It is free. The church does not sell this miracle, supposedly, this miracle water.
Well, it's obvious that the church also cannot provide detailed information on the manufacturing process, the ingredients, quality control measures for the miracle water.
I think the
and for what NAFDAC calls miracle soap products. And you agree that these processes need to comply with regulatory standards, and that's where NAFDAC comes in. For the safety of your members.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but the problem here is that the church do not produce a miracle soup. It is a different thing. If the church was producing a miracle soup,
but there's the issue of miracle water. But I'm concerned about, Mr. Samuel, I'm actually concerned about the concrete steps that your client is willing to take to ensure strict compliance.
My clients, both the church and the senior prophet and the representative of the church, they are fully cooperating with NAFDAC. It's good to give the step NAFDAC has taken is even compromising their investigation, and it is a breach of everyone's constitutional right to presumption of innocence guaranteed by Section 36(4) of the Constitution. The statement by NAFDAC is a media trial. It is condemnable. It has been condemned by the court in Ransom Kuti versus AG of the Federation. It is even a bias and a compromise step by the NAFDAC. You don't issue statement when investigations on issues are ongoing. So the statement by NAFDAC is not just one-sided. It is compromised.
Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. I understand that lawyers are liars and they lie to their very own teeth. I understand that, but I also understand that it's part of their job, right? It is their job to be liars. So for that, I understand. But I don't understand why someone who calls themselves religious people, who say that we must tell the truth always, no matter how difficult that truth might be, who says that we must learn not to do things that are against the law. We have to be law-abiding citizens. Who says we must be honest at all times, decided to be liars themselves. I cannot understand. Is it the whole concept of do what I say, not what I do? Is that it? Because this whole Jeremiah Omoto saga has been from one lie to another. The lawyers are lying, the sons are lying, even the man of God himself is a big liar. And other preachers are also lying on his behalf. You can see the clergymen who went there to protest. They said they are protesting the lockdown of the man's water factory. So the water factory belongs to the man, to Jeremiah Omoto. But you can hear his lawyer said that actually the factory doesn't belong to them. It belongs to a third party. So who is telling the truth and who is lying? Who is lying and who is telling the truth? And one thing people must understand about all this is that, yes, spiritual items do not need NAFDAC certification. And they cannot be sold in the open market. Anything that is being sold on the open market must have NAFDAC certification. Now, if you go to your village and goes to a shrine and carry water that has been blessed by the caretaker of the shrine, that doesn't need NAFDAC number because that spiritual person is not bottling the water and selling it in the open market. If you go to the Catholic Church, they also give out holy water, but it's not being sold in the open market. It's not being sold on websites. The problem is when you start selling these items in the open market, then you need NAFDAC certification. And let me just be clear, okay? Many other churches are doing the same thing. Let's be honest. It's not just Mercy City. Many other churches are selling this product in the open market. But the fact that other churches are selling it doesn't make it right. The fact that NAFDAC was not going after them doesn't make it right. It is wrong, and it is fraudulent, and it is against the law. Okay? So let's just be clear about this. Now, if you are giving water in your church and people consume it in your church, that is fine. You can give it to them if you want. But if you are selling it in the open market, that is where there is a problem. So people must understand how this whole thing works. And the reason why all this attention is upon the man of God, Jeremiah Omoto, is that he said in a video that the soap was NAFDAC certified. That is the main issue. He said it. He said it. That was the genesis of the whole problem he is now facing. I don't know who advised him on saying this. I don't know the motive as to why he said this. I don't know why he thought it was a great idea to have dragged NAFDAC certification into all this. I have no idea. But the bottom line is, he said it. He said it. And that is the problem. NAFDAC has come out to say that they have not certified any soap. And if the man of God is using their name to market his product, then the man of God is a fraud. Period. If the man of God hadn't said the soap, which was a miracle soap, has also been certified by NAFDAC, we won't be here. We won't be here. But he wanted more credibility to the item. He wanted to give the item more validity than the item actually deserved. So he told a lie. And rather than him coming up on air and apologizing and just clear the air, just said it and let it go. No. He will get lawyers who are liars to sue people who are trying to call him out for lying. And then the lawyers will not be telling one lie to the other. You see? Just a web of lies. These so-called men of God are not people anyone should be listening to. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. I'm happy he is licking his own wounds. Let's see how this will all end. Let's just sit back, relax, grab a bucket of popcorn, and enjoy the show. The goose has come to the roast. Let me hear your take in the comment section below, my brothers and sisters. You guys all know we appreciate hearing your opinions. And thank you for the love and support.